Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. Final stage of the chakras. We're doing the 7th level of the conscious centers. Let's get this party started. We about to wrap it up. Let's go. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your personal goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. You see where we're going with this? So let's get there together. And I ask the question, which is, do you know you? You will perform through. That's the deal. And that's what I do. A person who knows not, well, it's rhetorical, but it's rhetorical. If you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, they're spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to Maya be true. The 7th energy level, right thing. Let's talk about the 7th energy level or conscious center. That's the crowning. That's when you see the pictures of Jesus. He had the big halo on the back of his head. The 7th chakra is outside the body. It's the crowning of the head. That's what they're showing you. And this is what the scales look like. This is where we are. Top of the scale. At this level, the stuff that you're learning now, you should be pretty much familiar and understanding what's going on by this point in time. So let's rock. I got some good information for you. Let's go. Now, the 7th level, conscious center. The location is at the crown of the head on top. Okay, you'll see a little halo back there. All right, that's the glow. That's the 1,000 lotus plant blossoming. To me, it's like a skyrocket. You know, the firecrackers, the explosion. When you reach this level, that's just going. It's just going to just explode. And you say, "What the what?" And then it will all come clear to you. That's the beauty part. That's the mastery. That's where you want to get to. That's called blissed out. Let's get there. Let me see how to get there right quick. I've been getting you there now. Let's get to the final part. This is the good part. Let's rock. Now, this located at the crown of the head, extended upward beyond your physical body. The symbols of this center consist of an ancient Egyptian iconograph, the Uraeus, that's the serpent, okay? Encircling the sun disk, that's Ra, the sun. Encircled by the Uraeus to protect it. That's the iconograph, and that's the crown of the head, and that's the concept that they use. Also, in the papyrus of Ani, they use the comb. They call it the Mayat comb, where they put in your head, and as it melted, you become anointed with the liqueur of Mayat. When you reach that level, that's where you go to the next level, and it's called the unguent comb at the crown of the head, and is used to symbolize what? The anointing. Okay, that's where it comes from. And the transcendental consciousness, meaning you become enlightened to who you really are. You know thyself. So, which occurs and will only occur when your lower self has transcended, meaning you raised your conscious level above your lower nature. You're living above your waist. In the Indian iconograph, thousands petal lotus flower. I just told you about that. That's what it looks like an explosion. And that's how they present it to you. And that's the top of the head, the glow of what? Knowledge, enlightenment, illumination, whatever you want to call it. Okay, but all that. But it really stands at the head. But it represents the lotus that sits at the foot of God, meaning you reach God. Can't make it no simpler. In this center, it's symbolizing the fact that you, yourself, must transcend even to have your own experience of oneness with God. It ain't about what somebody tell you. It ain't about what a preacher know. It's about what you have your own experience. They call it the mystical experience for that reason. You know when you have it, you will know. That's what they say. Those who know, don't tell. Those who tell, don't know. That's what we talk about. That right there. Because it only happens within you. In order to experience this transcendental being with one, without attributes or associations of any kind, takes work, hard work, perseverance, and diligence to reach this level within yourself. That's why a lot of people don't make it. I'm fortunate enough to be one, so I'm trying to get you to be a fortunate one too. Within yourself, it's all individual. Now, the psycho-spiritual energy center number 7, they call it the Safak Bara, meaning the 7 souls of Ra. You've passed through the 7 gates, the 7 doors, the 7 books, whatever you want to call it, but the 7 seals, whatever. Yeah, you've reached the next level, the highest level. This is it, okay? And at this level, the element at this level, this center is beyond, there you go, what? The concepts of symbols. No more symbols. Beyond your desires. No more physical desires. No desires of the flesh. Indifference. You know now being and non-being. You know the difference between yourself and your higher self. You're becoming one. That's the goal for all spiritual beings that have a human experience. What you do here with your life is your choice. But the goal when you come here is to know thyself. So what? The spirit can go back home. It was given to us. It's on a loan. Like the cars that y'all get. Anything else you got on this earth, it's on loaner. Don't worry, he want it back. The predominant psychic activity, meaning your thought process, the way you think at this level. At this level, this is an energy conscious level where what? The dualistic mind is symbolized by Apophis. Who the hell is he? That's Ra's nemesis. That's who waits for him at sundown every day. At the end of the day, when he got to go into the underworld to do what? Apophis waits for him. That's his nemesis. They have their own one-on-one fight, and that's what we dealing with, what? Day and night. Simple. Who's winning? In the daytime, Ra's on top. At night, Apophis is doing work. Why? We in the darkness. But in 12 hours, I'll be back. That's the constant fight. That's the cycle of life. It's begun a long time ago. We just products of that environment, so to speak, now in human form. But it symbolizes Apophis. And that's the life-giving fire from your primal energies. It's there naturally. Why? Become united into what? One whole. When day and night come together, what's that? God. Come together as one. He separates himself into day, into night. Why? Daytime so he can nourish the plant, earth, in his life form that he put here. At night for the nocturnal animals who get the head they run too. See, ain't nobody winning in the game of life for real. It's all individual. You decide where you want to be in this game. Down here or up here. Your choice. Moving on. But that's what I call higher and lower. And when you become one, this is where the idea of Apophis, which is your lower nature, which is natural, normal, is what? Transform into what? The Uraeus, aka your higher self. Okay? Your highest achievement of all spiritual beings in the movement of consciousness is this level. This conscious level represents what? The level of transcendence, where what? You become what? You ready? Christ anointed. The Christ anointing occurs. Christ is a state of mind, a conscious state. It's been around before Jesus, way before Jesus. Christ is in all of us, not just Jesus. I give him his credit, but it wasn't just him. And it is here at this level of consciousness where what? The merging of your individual soul, me, I, unites with what? The absolute reality, becoming conscious of what? I'm one with God. We occur within every individual who reaches this level. They called it nihas. And as a society of people, everybody lived for that. You didn't have 85% of ignorant people making bad decisions and messing every damn thing up. As a society, they lived in harmony for thousands of years with this philosophy intact. That's what I went to Egypt to get. That's what I've been giving to you. That's what I've been practicing for the last 30-something years. Sorry, get a little touchy there. But this same symbolism is expressed where? In the idea of the Sphinx, the first monument wherein the lion body, the lower nature, beastly nature of man, the Sphinx merges into what? The human head, higher self, aka God. In God's image, we are man. We are conscious of who we are. The animals are not. That's the difference. And in Indian terms, they took it to the next level. The goddess Kundalini, the energy force of the body, unites with who? The god Shiva, the male aspect, and the creative force of the universe, thus going beyond what we consider male and female, but the idea is two opposites coming together to make one. It's been that way since the beginning. I'm just giving you the origins of all the stuff that y'all hear about, when they tell you about, I'm just giving you the origin. The truth. Simple as that. What you do with it is on you now. I'm moving on. You can't say, I was ignorant. No. Now you know. You gotta make a decision now. See, it's okay to claim ignorance when you don't know. But when the information is given to you and we're in the information age, for you to have lack of information, that's a you problem. Why? Information's everywhere. That's why. I'm here every day. Moving on. But when the two things come together, that's harmony. Mother, father, male, female come together, create what? Offspring, us. Father chromosome stronger, male. Female chromosome stronger, female. It's been that way since forever. How do we get the problem? We don't know who the hell we are in our gender. That's wasting my time. Get moving on. That's why I see we don't have that problem. Our ancients didn't have that problem. And we had a problem with homosexuality. We addressed that one too. It's an abomination. If you practice it, you'll be dealt with harshly. Simple as that. What people think about what you do behind closed doors don't really mean nothing. At Judgment Day is when it count. How was you behind closed doors? How was your integrity then? Moving on. P. Diddy got a bunch of y'all on tape exposing your integrity. Let me sorry about that. I had to get that in. The way to achieve this energy center at the 7th level, you have to went from 1 to 6. I mean, your third eye is open at this point. I'm speaking to those who are highly advanced with knowledge of self, so I don't have to break everything down, water it down. Nope, give it to you straight. Let's go. Let me wrap it up for you. And this is called the cleansing. The cleansing of the subtle or the gross energies channels is to what? You dissolve all traces of what? Mental and physical blockage. Ignorance of what used to be and what was, let it go. This psychic state, again, is only achieved when how? When all the elements of the body are dissolved into what? Infinity, becoming one. That's the 1,000 lotus petals that they tell you about. First, let's start from 1 to 7. Let's walk through it right quick. The earth element, that's the first level, energy center. Remember that? It dissolves into what? The water element, which is the second energy center. Water dissolves into what? Fire. That's the third energy center. That's at the level where you know fight or flight. You have sexual desires. Now you want control. That's where the ego kicks in. Now, at the third level, you can survive. You can live. Most animals do. Humans need to raise their level a little higher. That's the concept. And fire dissolves into what? Air. That's the fourth level. That's the heart chakra. And air now dissolves into what? Ether. The fifth level. Remember the throat chakra speaking Makaru. And even ether will even dissolve into what? You ready? Cosmic mind, the third eye opening, the awakening of you and God becoming one. That's the sixth energy center. That's the pyramid I got on top of my head. When all these things with all traces of your ego consciousness, your ego identification with the me, I, self, with the elements is now what? Dissolved. It's becoming one. It's not fighting no more. The war of who good or bad, you already won. Good has won. Evil will give in and it will acquiesce. Your lower nature will work for you. And all these elements, once they dissolve into infinity, when they become part of you, you have what they call, you have transcendented to your absolute, which is now you reach the seventh level. I can't tell you, I can't give you, you learn that on your own. You acquire that level on your own. Self-mastery, meaning you know that you're a master, not me calling you a master. Okay, understand that the teacher gives you directions. You, the student, master oneself when you reach that level of self-mastery. Get it? It's all play on words, but you got to understand it. And when you pay attention, it makes more sense. Oh, yeah, they put it right in your face. Okay, self-mastery. And when you behold this transcendental reality of which you are the reflection and dissolve yourself into it, becoming one with it, everything from the one. When you become one with your higher self, constantly bringing what? The mind back to what? Becoming God conscious. They call it Christ consciousness. I walk, talk, sleep, act with God on my mind. That don't make me crazy. It make me God conscious. I'm thinking God all the time. So he keeps what? The devil out. If I'm thinking good, I'm positive, then the negative don't have no wiggle room. An idle mind is the devil workshop. If your mind ain't on God, if you ain't prayed up, you will be susceptible to what? The devil, your desires, temptation, whatever it is, you will be susceptible to those things. That's what righteous living does. Takes those out the format for you. You don't have to worry about that. And when you reach this realization in your everyday life, now you are the ocean of existence. You and God become one. You can backstroke. You can go and do whatever. You can dance to the bottom of the ocean, not get wet. All these things you can do in your mind because that's where it takes place. You are the source. Okay? Luke, I am your father. And he never said that, okay? But you are the source from which what? All things arise. It don't get no better than that. Wrapping it up, taking it home. Here you go, right here. All of the different levels that you went through to reach this level of consciousness are just all expressions of what? The one absolute consciousness. You pull them all into yourself. You have your own mystical experience and you reach the level what they call bliss. And that becomes what? You're becoming one. Wholeness with what? Your higher self, aka know thyself. It don't get no simpler. It don't get no plainer. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for you to actually manifest it for yourself. That's my goal. That's my intent. Not to baffle you or no, to get you to understand what you need to do for you. I got one more thing I want to get to you right here. 171, where you at? This is information right here. And this says it all. You want to get to this level. This is Judgment Day. Okay, this is what your spirit goes through. This will be considered, your heart is being weighed against the feather of Mayat. You see Tahuti the baboon with the sun disk, that's him in his form of wisdom. And you see Mayat standing, keeping the eye on things. You see Ahmet is getting his chunk. If you from the third level down, you won't make it. Let's talk about it right quick. How to make your serpent power move. How to expand your consciousness. This right here, again, I'm about to explain this to you. This says it all. You see at the bottom it says Mayat purification? You see what I'm at biting? If you didn't make it past this, you're going to keep coming back until you pass. Okay, that's the concept. You want to get here. Now, what? To enlighten the next level up. Expanding your consciousness, a.k.a. obtaining enlightenment of self, God within you. All right? But the importance of virtuous living. Wrap it up for you. For the cleansing, I keep you know where cleansing of your energy centers. Each one had to be purified. Each one had to be mastered, so to speak. So you can't get to the next one without completing the first one. I told you, as a teacher, Masonic law. You couldn't get the second degree until you showed me what? Suitable proficiency in the first. In the second, you can't get the third without doing the same thing for that, so forth and so on. That was taken out. Why? Now, all you got to do is coming up and they're going to give it to you. I don't operate on that premise. Moving on. Let me talk about the importance of earning it. The importance of practicing Maya to purify your personality cannot be understated. In this practice of what? Serpent power, yoga, discipline. It's all based on the philosophy that you should follow. And this is the first step to making what? Your serpent power effective, along with cleansing your body and your mind. It's a process. When it's practiced, it can be perfected and mastered. The following diagram I just showed you shows the virtuous qualities of each center, which are to be what? Cultivated, mastered, and understood completely, and developed in order to transcend and to move on that center on the upward movement toward what? The transcendent, 7th level. But you have to go through each process one at a time. And you note that the centers from 1 to 3 are separated by the horizontal line I just showed you, and the next to show that what? The word Maya is written. Meaning, this signifies that those people who are at the psycho-spiritual level, consciousness levels between what? 1 and 3 are those people who have not reached maturity spiritually for what? Self-determination or what? Anubis. Discernment. Your self-determination and self-determination. If you're one of these people, you require rules and regulations. That's the purpose of religion. Imposed on what? Society to what? To guide them on supposed to be the right path, which promotes self-development. Okay? Is your religion doing that? Islam doing his job? Christianity doing his job? Judaism doing his job? Are the people who follow religions living up to their standard? No, not even close. But they teach you to promote self-development, sexual sublimation, and self-control over oneself and one's emotions. So therefore, the rules are out there. They must be taught. You must learn the injunctions of what? Maya. And they must be shown the wisdom of following the principles when? Daily. By who? The teachers. Us. I asked my pastor, how did all y'all family members stay in the church and, stick close to God? Most people, that don't have, he said, Brother Wright, we don't know nothing else. That means their parents showed them the way. It wasn't no other way. It wasn't no options. I love that. Why? Look where they got them. Good people. Fine people. Love them. Now, right quick. This is what I wanted to show you. The transcendental union with the opposite. This is how you raise your conscious level. This is why I keep trying to tell you. Maya is what gets you what? Here. But it takes you to the next level. You can't just be at the 3rd level. That's where Ahmet dwells. He eat anything from 3rd center down. That means you haven't reached the next level. And again, you have what you call transcendental union with the absolute God. And it's a vision of what? Oneness with creation and the absolute. You becoming one. You'll have self-control. You show divine love. You have power and control over what? Others and your own emotions. When you have Maya, she had to have power over your control over your emotions, your sexual creativity, and your survival, recreational, food, and concern. Those are the first 3 levels that you have to master. That's what Maya teaches you how to do. Expanding your conscious level, aka from the 4th to 7th level, is called conscious enlightenment. It's Maya purification is the first 3 levels. Wrapping it up. This diagram illustrates that the meaning of the Quina Papyrus judgment scene in succulent terms. Succulent terms. Those who live out of their lower 3 spheres, lower nation. Okay, when I was back in that of psycho-spiritual consciousness, you need to be purified. I mean, you got to come back again through what? Living a life according with the precepts of Maya, righteous, virtuous living, And they will be ready to what? Experience your higher spheres of consciousness from 4 through 7. Only on them terms. As a Master Mason, you can't become a Red House Mason without becoming a Master Mason first. You can't aspire. You can't raise your levels of knowledge until you pass the lower levels. This is what they try to speak to you in the Mayat philosophy also. It's just 7 degrees. The flow of life force energy is from what they call the most subtlest, which are higher, and the power at the top of the least subtle toward the bottom. Meaning everything that's up top is good. Heavy at the bottom. I'm going to give you a right quick breakdown of the energy centers of the body. Start at the top. Universal spirit, that's God, always, absolute. The life force energy trickles down. You have spirit turns into matter. That's the individual physical form man. You have an individual spirit. You have a soul. You have a conscious. Now, the energy centers of your astral body of each human being is able to reach these levels. Why? Because everybody have a nervous system. Okay, we have an endocrine system. And we have organs and the muscles which take on the physical body. So we're all built pretty much the same, okay, etc. But if there is a disturbance in the mind, your astral body, the disturbance of your life force energy to the associated energy centers will be disrupted. And because of what? An imbalance. And when this occurs, this could lead, ready for this, the imbalance in your chakra system, your energy system, your body can lead to dis-ease in the areas wherein what? Your life force is deficient or overabundant. Sometimes you can have too much of one thing. And this is the basis of what? The mind-body connection. I'll get that lesson just today. About so much in your current, in the new age and your alternative healing discussions for what? For example, watch this. Anger, mental disturbance, affecting the third energy center will result in what? Your liver withholding or secreting too much bile. Okay, that's harmful to the body. And your stomach and secreting what? Too much acid or not enough, resulting in what? Physical illness. Did you know that? In order for your life force to be in harmony, and to function properly, watch this, your mind needs to be in harmony, peace, and at ease instead of what? In a dis-ease state, aggravated, always worried about something. Mind always never focus on one thing. So you're never at ease. You're never at peace with yourself. And it's also evident when what? When the above flow chart is that even higher than affecting a disease at the mental level, your astral body is affecting it at what? The soul level also. And this is most effectively done through what? The daily practice of meditation. If you're talking to God every day, you're not out of communication with God. If you praying every day, that's not meditating. That ain't communicating. That's you just giving a one-way conversation. Meditation is the other way. Thus, true freedom, again, freedom from what? Stress and all the delusions of the world can only come when there is a proper lifestyle, righteous living, which provides for what? All the needs of your body, your mind, and your soul. You nourishing what? The body by working out. You taking care of the mind by studying, and you keep in touch with God, with the spirit, by meditating. Those are things that I do on a daily basis and have been doing for years, and they work like a charm. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm just here to teach. And therefore, these practices is cleansing what? The mind from what? Negative thoughts. In daily meditation and focus on what? Right actions, selfless service, doing what's right, and are extremely important in your daily life in promoting what? Good health, which is dependent to a great extent on what? Your subtle aspect of your personality, which is your mind and soul. If they're intact, mind and soul, when they're working as one, you are a good individual. You're in good health. You're in good spirits. You're in a good place in your life. That's where I am right now. And I'm going to end up with that one because I think I'm feeling good about myself right now. So I want to say in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me, 100 minus a day. So I'm none of my right thinkers who now know themselves has passed away. I'll see you on the other side.